Okay, so anyway, I should say hello, viewers. Mia, do you want to explain? Yep.
For some odd reason, somebody here wanted me to teach them German.
Indeed.
Sorry, you can continue your sentence.
I was just about to say I really didn't mean to get through quite this much alcohol. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to German lessons in a very broken space.
Quick question. Are we currently turning into the asteroid before we continue?
There are no asteroids in front or to the side, or there are no asteroids in striking distance that
There
I
are
can
no
see.
asteroids around us in general?
Yeah. There's some off in the distance and things, but there's nothing. There's nothing immediately here. Do you want me to have a look and see where I am? My waypoint. Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm currently... Did you get out of the ship?
No, I pressed I. Let me just
Um...
check and make sure I didn't get out, because that was what I did last time. Oh no, my body's not floating in front of me, so I don't think I got out of the ship.
Well, I can't see you anymore.
Oh. Um... If I press K...
Well, do you still see the interior of the ship?
Yeah, but I did last time too, but last
Well,
time...
that's fine. You don't do much else anyway, so we'll just continue.
Okay. I thought I would switch on my Anubis head.
Well, in
GPS.
theory, we were right beside it right now, but I couldn't see it
Oh
like every
yeah.
other asteroid too.
Yeah, I can see where it was. We should be only 2,000 meters from it. It should be perfectly clear, but it's not visible. But it's behind us anyway.
I
Behind you.
think I flew through it. Anyway, we were
Okay.
reading a lovely story to remind our viewers of that again.
We were.
It's a story about Mickey Mouse.
It's a story about Little Red Riding Hood,
That's
who's
basically the same thing.
running around the woods with a wolf and a bottle of wine in her apron that she's supposed to be taking to her grandmother's, because her grandmother's not well, and a bottle of wine is what every sick grandmother needs, and a piece of cake.
You're putting that story way too nice.
Und wenn es einer gebrochen hatte, meinte es weiter hinaus stände einer schönere und lief danach und geriet, no, that's not right.
Geriet.
Geriet immer tiefer in den Wald hinein.
And when she picked a flower, she saw another even more beautiful one, and thus she walked even further into the forest.
Der Wolf aber ging geradeswegs nach dem Haus der Großmutter und klopfte an der Türe.
The wolf, however, walked directly towards the house of the grandmother and knocked against the door.
Wer ist draußen?
That's your part, and I
Oh
hope you
yeah.
sound old now.
Who is there?
Older.
I don't know. Stop it. Don't make me.
Ah, I am old. Who is out there? I can't see. I need my wine. How about that? That's how it's supposed to work.
Wonderful. Rotkäppchen, ich bringe Kuchen und Wein. Öffnen Sie die Tür.
It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I'm bringing you cake and wine. Open the door right now. That surely sounds like a little girl.
You should have done your wolf voice, but a wolf doing a little girl's voice. How would that sound?
I know the story. I'm pretty sure it's still coming.
Druk nur auf die die Klinke. Right.
Hold on a second.
What?
what is that all about? Why isn't the grandmother doubting the wolf? In the original story, the normal version, the wolf had to eat chalk so he sounds like a little girl and can get into the house. They cut that part. That was the most intriguing thing.
I've never heard that bit of the story before.
You haven't?
No.
Well, you haven't read a proper German fable yet, so. This one included, it's not proper. He didn't eat chalk.
Would you like to insert that bit in the story in German then, Mia?
No,
Yeah.
no, I
No, do
won't.
it. Go on. Go on.
I can't. I can't come up with a fable on the spot.
Just tell the viewers in German that to convince the grandmother, the wolf ate chalk to change his voice to a little girl's.
How about you try?
Oh, I
There you
can't do it. That's way beyond my level.
Oh, you can. You know wolf, you know grandmother, and chalk is
Uh-oh.
Kreide.
I've just died.
What do you mean you just died?
I don't know. You might need to slow down the ship.
You know how long it's going to take me to slow down?
I'll try and respawn while the ship's
Don't
moving.
respawn right now. It'll be a disaster.
I already did. I'll stay still.
Wait, are you currently in the ship?
Yeah, I'm stood on top of the medical room. The Kranken Station.
Yes, Krankenstation.
Yeah.
Well, to tell our German viewers, die Großmutter glaubte der Stimme des Wolfes nicht und jagte ihn sofort hinfort. That sounded weird.
That sounded great.
No, well, you didn't hear it in German. I basically used the same word base twice, and that made it sound strange. And then now I need to walk in the part about the wolf eating. Well, basically, the grandmother just told the wolf that she doesn't believe him, his voice is too deep, go away, I don't want to talk with you. Der Wolf wiederum war sehr intelligent, also nahm er einfach ein Stück Kreide und steckte es sich in seinen Rachen, um seine Stimme zu versüßen. So the wolf was very intelligent, and he went ahead and put some chalk inside his throat to make his voice more highly pitched, more higher pitched. You know what I mean.
Very good.
And
I'm
und
back in my
so.
seat.
Oh, okay. Well. Und so kam der Wolf zurück an die Tür. Er klopfte erneut und sprach. And so the wolf came back to the door, knocked once more, and said, I need to do the female wolf version of the. That's going to be. Could you repeat the last phrase again? The wolf said.
Yeah.
So I can. He basically says the same, just in a sweeter tone.
Ich bringe Kuchen und Wein. Öffnen Sie die Tür.
It is me, Little Red Riding Hood. I'm bringing you cake and wine. Open the door. That doesn't work at all.
That's brilliant.
Those voices are too ambiguous to walk together. And that's where the story is currently letting the wolf in.
Mm-hmm.
I fixed it for you.
You did. You did it marvelously, Mia.
Not really, but okay.
Druk nur auf die Klinke, rief die Großmutter. Ich bin zu schwach und kann nicht aufsehen.
Stehen.
So she says, just lift the latch, called out the grandmother. I am too weak and cannot get up.
You didn't translate that on your own. You read the thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was on the same page.
Curse you. Well, at least you got your grandmother voice right.
Yeah, I can only do one of two things. I can either translate or I can do grandmother voices. But I got my grandmother voice right. The vault. I mean, you're so advanced with your German and your English, Mia. So you're able to concentrate on voices and driving and
I'm not driving, the autopilot is currently
oh,
doing
okay,
that.
that's good.
As I can't see the asteroids in front of me.
Yeah,
If I remember correctly, they added a feature that the autopilot now avoids asteroids. I
I
hope it's still in there.
because it does seem to every so now and then just take a slightly different route. So yeah, that would explain
If you
it.
meant that thing just now, it was me stopping the ship.
Hmm.
Well, anyway,
Oh,
move on.
there's a raid in progress.
Raid in progress.
I wonder where that is. Okay, anyway. Um, so, so yeah, just lift the latch and come on in. I'm too weak and can't get up, said the grandmother. Der Wolf drückte auf die Klinke. Die Türe sprang auf und er ging, ohne ein Wort zu sprechen, gerade zum Bett der Großmutter und verschluckte sie.
Sheesh. Without saying a word, the wolf walked in, walked right up to the grandmother and swallowed her in one bite. He didn't even chew. What is wrong with him?
Dann tat er ihre Kleider an, setzte ihre Haupe auf, legte sich in ihr Bett und zog die Vorhänge vor.
So he basically dressed up like the grandmother and laid into the bed.
Mm-hmm. And drew the curtains.
That too, that's not
That's
really
the
important.
Vorhänge.
Yeah, Vorhänge, but that's not really crucial to the story, now is it?
Okay.
I hope.
ähm, Rotkäppchen aber war nach den Blumen herumgelaufen, und als es so viel zusammen hatte, dass es keine mehr tragen konnte, fiel ihm die Großmutter wieder ein. Es machte sich auf den Weg zu ihr.
As soon as the hands of the little boy, apparently again, I don't understand that story, were filled with flowers, she remembered her grandmother and got back on her way to her house.
Mhm. She couldn't, so keine mehr tragen konnte. She couldn't carry any more.
Mm-hmm.
Wunderte sich, dass die Türe aufstand.
The
Und,
boy was wondering why the door was open.
und,
What the wrong is...
und wie es in die Stube trat, so kam es ihm so seltsam darin vor, dass es dachte,
And as he walked into the living room, he got a peculiar and strange feeling about everything.
ei, du mein Gott, wie ängstlich wird mir heute zu Muth. I don't know how you...
Mute.
Mutter?
Zumute.
I think there's a typo. M-U-T-H?
Yeah, it's supposed to be an E.
Okay, yeah.
That's a
Zumutter.
poorly made book. Can we leave a review about it? Where
We
have you
will.
bought it?
Aha. Und bin sonst so gerne bei der Großmutter.
Well, that's her thoughts, so, or his thoughts, I don't know. If you want to try and imitate a
Oh.
little boy, please go ahead.
Oh my goodness. I feel very uncomfortable at the moment, and I usually like being with grandmother so much.
I don't know what your mental image of little girl or boy is, but you sound way too posh for him. Or her.
I don't think I can do any better. I can do the grandmother one better, but I don't know about doing little girls or little boys for that matter.
You just have to put in more passion. But alright, let's just continue.
Es, es Reef? Is that right? R-I-E-F, Reef.
Yeah, it called.
Yeah, how many times have I said that word and all of a sudden I'm just not sure about it? Es Reef. Guten Morgen bekam aber keine Antwort. Darauf ging es zum Bett und zog die Vorhänge zurück. You see, it was important. The curtains were important.
Just because they make them important now doesn't mean they actually are.
Da lag die Großmutter.
Don't you want to translate at some point?
Okay, yeah, go on.
No, you,
Oh,
because
yeah.
those were mostly her thoughts.
Okay. So I was just about to read it. I was just about to read it again in German. She called, "Good morning," but there was no answer.
That's never. No girl would say good morning like that.
Yeah, well, but that was the translation, though. Yes, okay, so
Right.
the little girl said, "Hello," but there was no answer. She went into the bedroom. She went up to the bed, and she pulled back the curtains. And have I read all of? I haven't read the rest of it. Da lag
Yes.
die Großmutter. Did I do that?
No, you haven't. Sorry, I
Okay.
interrupted you. I thought the sentence was over and you were starting with the next one already.
Da lag die Großmutter und hatte die Haupe tief ins Gesicht gesteckt und sah so wunderlich aus. Okay.
And there the grandmother was lying. She had her sleeping bonnet pulled down very far down into her face, and generally she looked quite odd.
Ei, Großmutter, was hast du für große Ohren? Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have. Dass ich dich besser hören kann.
So I can hear you better.
Ei, Großmutter, was hast du für großen Augen?
Große Augen.
Große Augen.
That's your part.
Yeah. Oh, grandmother, what big eyes you have. Dass ich dich besser sehen kann.
So I can see you better.
Oh gosh, that asteroid's very close.
Which one?
The one immediately below us. But it's okay, we didn't hit
Immediately?
it.
Okay.
Below.
Well, if it's fine, then don't pay any attention to it.
Okay. Where were we?
So we can see you better.
Better, yeah. Ei, Großmutter, was hast du für große Hände? Oh, grandmother, what big hands you have. Dass ich dich besser packen kann.
So I can grab you better.
That doesn't sound like the kind of thing a grandmother would say.
Okay, so I can hug you better. Do you like that more, Little Red Riding Hood?
Aber Großmutter, was hast du für ein entsetzlich großes Maul? But grandmother, what a terribly big mouth you have.
Damit ich dich besser fressen kann.
How did you know?
I've read the story before.
Does he?
So I can eat you better.
Yeah.
Basically.
dass ich dich besser fressen kann. Kaum hatte der Wolf das gesagt, so tat einem Satz aus dem Bette und verschlang das arme Rotkäppchen.
And as the wolf had said that, he jumped out of the bed and swallowed the poor little girl whole.
Oh, and that's the end of our episode, Mia. I didn't think that Little Red... I don't remember Little Red Riding Hood being eaten. I thought
You haven't read the story then at all? That was the main feature, but we shall discuss that in the next episode because you've been way too tardy with your episode timekeeping.
Okay.
So goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Right, viewers, thank you for watching. See you again. Bye.
That was all still part of the recording?